Alright, so I'm at Universal Studios Hollywood for a little bit during the regular park hour, and I will be going to Halloween Horror Nights. I do have a pass to Halloween Horror Nights, so I will be coming here quite a bit. This is actually going to be my third visit to Halloween Horror Nights this season. Alright, so I'm inside the main park with my normal season pass, and I'll come back over here before Halloween Horror Nights starts at this booth right over here to go redeem my wristband so I can get into the Halloween event. For now, I'm going to go enjoy the rides that are usually closed during Halloween Horror Nights, which is all of Wizarding World, Despicable Me, and what is it, the DreamWorks Theater. Those will all be closed during Halloween Horror Nights, so those will not be, you can't ride those during the event. Only Simpsons, Jurassic World, Revenge of the Mummy, and Transformers will be open. So the first thing I always like to start off with before Halloween Horror Nights starts is Wizarding World, because this entire land will be closed. Not only just the main attractions will be closed, the entire land closes now, and they actually block it off and you can't get in here. It kind of sucks, but the event is more focused towards the Halloween aspect of things, and it's a lot of staff to run the entire Wizarding World. So I'm assuming that's part of the reason why they don't want to overshadow all the Halloween stuff. So a cool thing about all three Wizarding Worlds is they're all clones of each other with slight modifications. Obviously, this park never had Dragon Challenge, so they never used this entrance. And right now they have in Orlando Hagrid's Magical Motorcycle Adventure. So that new coaster, that's the entrance for that in Orlando, but here in Hollywood and Japan, it's just a door. So the biggest thing that sets this land apart from the Orlando and the Japan one is two things. There's no pond over by the castle over here, so no lake, and the coaster is not a Vekoma roller skater, it's a mock Youngstar coaster. The only one of its kind in the US, making it pretty unique credit. Hippogriff here at Universal Hollywood is very unique. Layout is very similar to Sierra Sidewinder at Knott's Berry Farm, if you've ever ridden that, just with standard seating. Lap bar is very similar to an RMC lap bar. A lot more comfortable though. Now it's time for the park star attraction, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Indoor dark ride with Kuka arms on a track. Very unique dark ride. You don't see many of these. I'm gonna go ahead and take single rider. I'm all by myself. Usually this one has a pretty good single rider. They get people through very quickly, and usually just overall a better option since you can't see the other person next to you. Yeah, so if you don't mind riding by yourself, this is probably the best single rider line. There's never a line for it. Longest I've ever waited is maybe 10 minutes in it. So I got out here and it's all like smoky and everything, and I realized it's because Waterworld's right behind, and they shoot off a bunch of fireworks, and they have that plane that they launch a plane prop that goes into the water. It's one of the best like shows you can get at a theme park. And the only park it's not at is the Orlando one. I believe it's in Singapore, it's for sure at Japan, and it's for sure at Universal Hollywood. Definitely a great show and worth the visit alone to this park. Haven't seen special effects show in a while, so might as well do it. It's gonna be the last show of the night. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then All the rides will close at 5:30, so that'll give me about probably 30 minutes after the show lets out.
Come on, dollar! Get up! That one, man!
Get over here and give me a rib. Okay? Now I have a plan.
Good! Now for the big finish! Nailed it! Give her a... Oh, Chris, what are you doing? We're not going to use a machete on that now.
I know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, check out the side screens. We're going to chop off her arm with this knife because it's much, much sharper. It's okay. You are young. It will grow back. I promise. Here we go. Count of 3. Ready to scream. Hold still. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Scream! It's holler, but it's completely fake. But the acting was very, very real, especially the giggling at the end. Yeah, that's my favorite part. Check out the side screen. Here's how it works. The false blade. There is a notch cut out for her arm. On the back, that is a bowl full of movie blood. Squeeze, and it's a huge mess. It just goes everywhere, but that's okay because Eric's the one who has to clean it all up.
Mac, that was amazing. Give her a round.
Good. Hollywood screen. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Light back to these perimeter sensors where their movement will be captured using our computer. May we see our capture on the screens, please? All right. Excellent. So the outside of the screen has been translated into this digital skeleton. This is what the computer reads and records for us in real time. Do me a favor? Arms out to the side. Calibrate our system. Make sure we have a good, strong connection between our suit, the sensors, and our computer. That looks excellent. If you're done, you can put your arms down. But I need no. You're not just any teddy bear. What? You're Ted from Universal's Ted! What it is, you got to explain what you got. Here we go. Perfect. Really ring the Ted, really bring the character alive.
All right, how about a little bit of that?
I love it. What else you got?
How about a little something for the ladies?
Sure. That way, definitely not for the ladies. Okay, that might be a little too much, Ted. I got a question though. Ted, what do you think of our show, buddy?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind the scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddies, Ted?
Thunder Buddies for life.
Look at that. You made a Thunder Buddy. That's Ted. That's Eric. Give him fire gel. He applies it to all of his exposed skin. You probably know how uncomfortable it is to miss a spot with sunblock. Well, imagine what it feels like to miss a spot when you're on fire. Not good. The safeties are standing by the fire extinguisher in case of premature ignition. Ready and action.
Honey, you lit?
You're up. Frank, that's not what an astronaut looks like. Can you do me a favor and push your shoulders back? Push it back. Oh, that's it. Yeah, feet down, shoulders back. Push them back, hard as you can. There it is. Nice. He is smiling. That's a very good sign. All right, that's a wrap. We're done. No, what are you doing? I feel like you're now doing this on purpose. Give me this. I'm going to take it away. Let's see if we can do it here. Okay, here he comes. You're coming down. Remember, feet down, shoulders back. Push them back, hard as you can.
ride Forbidden Journey one more time, and then I'm gonna go do DreamWorks Theater before the park closes at 5:30. Technically the park's open till 6, but all the rides will close early for Halloween Horror Nights. This is actually a really slept-on attraction. The whole entire theater basically is a screen, which you don't see. It's kind of like the King Kong 360, but it's I think it's better. It's really cool. It's all the way around you. I just wish they utilized that aspect a little bit more, because it's not utilized till the very end of the film. But I think it's a really cool concept and a really cool ride. And it looks like the show's about to let in, so this is probably a good time to get on it.
To the DreamWorks Theater, it's showtime! Mika, lights! That could've got better. Alright boys, places. Let's put on a show. Hey, where's my macchiato? Get ready for the Donkey and Shit Show!
You mean the Shrek and Donkey Show?
Oh, come on! I know you all here to see me, right?
You folks can't see anybody. You can't see me.
But I'm the kid! I'm the sweetest!
I hate to break it to you, but we're doing a Kung Fu Panda show. Says everybody here, right? Especially these guys in front, and maybe that family over there. They're obviously Kung Fu fans. Look! The helmet of Master Thundering Rhino.
I see you, Thundering Rhino, and raise you one talking donkey.
Wait, look at this. A sword of heroes.
Oh, aren't we hoity-toity fancy?
And the coolest thing of all, the Ming Hammer. A god so powerful, it can knock you into the spirit realm. Check these. I can't compete with that. Liquid of ultimate power will be mine. Come on! Before she changes his mind.
I heard that.
Just kidding! Hey buddy, can you stand at these doors?
So this theater is one giant screen, so all the walls are a screen as well, and you can see it in your peripheral. It's really cool. Sitting towards the middle back section is your best option, because you can see everything, because that's all screen right there. So it goes from there all the way over there. So it's a little crazy trying to get out of here, because Horror Nights is letting in and the regular park is letting out. But I have to go up here to get my wristband. Even though I have the pass, I have to have a wristband, so I have to go up here and redeem it. Alright, it was as simple as a single scan and I got my wristband. So time to go head over to Stranger Things, because that's always the most packed ride or packed maze for early entry. Also, a quick tip for if you're coming just for Horror Nights, don't put on your wristband. If you're in for early entry, do not put on the wristband until you've done what you wanted to, because they won't let you into the Wizarding World if you have a wristband. So if I wanted to, I could have just kept that in my pocket and go ride just real quick. Actually, I think the land's closed now, but if I got in earlier, I could have. So yeah, if you're just coming for Horror Nights and all you have is early entry, and you want to do Harry Potter or something, just don't put on the wristband and go in. They think you're a regular park guest at that point, and then once you leave, put on your wristband. But heading down to the lower lot, you get a really good view of North Hollywood. Out there is Warner Brothers Studios. If I zoom in far enough, you can see their logo. That's Warner Brothers. And then out here, I think like Burbank Airport's somewhere out over here. Yeah, you get a really good view. And then here comes, I don't know why the park is so like secretive about this. They technically already announced it. Like they said that they're building Nintendo Land. We all know that's Nintendo Land. Not sure why they're trying to hide that. And looks like second floor's gone in too, so it'll be multi-level just like Transformers. Lots of progress. This isn't an awful wait yet. No, that's not bad. It's one switchback. Not too bad.
Here you go, guys. In case you need to go to the bathroom, get food.
then all these switchbacks up here, they're not very big and not all of them are filled up. So this shouldn't be more than like a, I don't know, 10 to 20 minute wait, I would say. Not too bad. So I just got out of Stranger Things, and it's a cool maze, but I don't understand why they don't have an entrance to it. Like, there's no facade or anything, and I don't understand why that is. Like, it's not that difficult to put up a facade. You just walk through a black wall. I don't understand it. But the actual maze itself is pretty good, much better than last year's Stranger Things maze. I think this one's a lot better than last year's. It's not really that scary, but that's not really the whole point of it. It's just, the show's not even scary. It's more about just telling a good story, which the maze does. And I'm satisfied with that. I think it's a pretty good maze. Alright, and that actually took a lot longer than I thought. This maze opens up at 7, and this is a really good maze, and for some reason it's not early entry, and I think it should be, because it's one of the most popular in the park. I just saw the movie for the first time the other night, and it's really good. It's kind of old and cheesy, but it's I think it's a fun movie. Enjoy that maze. I think that one's my favorite maze in the entire park. It's really, really good. They have a live band that plays out here. It's gonna get a lot more chaotic in the next hour or so, but right now this is like a good level for crowds. Like, this is not too bad at all. Always by like 8 o'clock and by like 8-ish, 9-ish, it's gonna get super packed. I'm gonna leave around that time. Because I have a pass, there's no reason to stay when it's super crowded. Might as well just come back another morning, or another, you know, well, early entry. I don't mean morning, but come back for early entry and do some mazes then. A really cool thing about Halloween Horror Nights is that you get to go to the back lot where they actually film a bunch of those, bunch of movies. Usually this is like backstage, you can see it on the studio tour, but to actually walk it, it's a pretty rare experience. To get to the Metro set where the other mazes are, you have to go through this kind of like warehouse-like building. And they turn it into Toxic Tunnel, which is a scare zone. Alright, so finally made it to the Metro set here on the back lot. This is where 3 of the mazes are. So we have Creepshow right here. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. That will be over here. And then in the back is Ghostbusters. And then over here you do have a scare zone. It is optional. In years past it was required to walk through it, but they've actually made it a separate thing. It's almost like its own maze at this point. And this is only 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead do that. That sounds like a good deal. This is a pretty cool maze. Now this is what I like to see. No line whatsoever. This is amazing. It says 20 minutes, but I'm gonna say big doubt on that. Considering the last one said 10 minutes and I walked right on. And yeah, this is basically walk on. It just gotta go through there, loop around, and then it's right there. That's pretty much walk on. It'll be 5 to 10 minutes.
For there is no salvation from that, and the dead can never come.
Puts me right at Ghostbusters, which doesn't seem to be too long. Just have to loop back around this way. And it's a straight shot. Shouldn't be too bad of a wait.
Was this serious? You have? No kidding. Just give me the address. Oh, of course. They'll be totally discreet. Thank you. We got one! Ghostbusters, what do you want?
disgusting blob. Slime.
Here in Hollywood has a really good lineup this year of some really good mazes. I don't think there's any bad mazes this year. And like usually they have a few pretty bad ones, and there's none this year. They're all really good. Is there one maze that's like the best they've ever had? No. But I just think they have an overall great collection this year. Some great IPs such as Ghostbusters. What an amazing maze. Like I said, this lower lot section was about to get really busy around this time, and sure enough, it is a lot busier now. Ooh, it's almost like shoulder-to-shoulder people.
All right, who was conceived in the 80s? You know, I know.
By the way, who the hell brings a stroller to Horror Nights? Like, why would you bring a kid?
When it first.
So for Horror Nights only, they have the Starcourt Mall open. It's this little pop-up tent area, and they got some Stranger Things themed food. They got Benny's Burger, Upside Down Burger, they got a Demo Dog, and then my favorite, they have the Demogorgon Tachos. It's like tater tot nachos. That's what I'm gonna get. They're really good. I absolutely love these. These are Demogorgon nachos. Basically just nachos with tater tots instead of chips. And they got cheese, onions, and what is it? Cheetos. They have a Cheeto nest on it. Really good. Alright, after an awesome dinner, gonna go ride Jurassic World. Absolutely love this redo of the original Jurassic Park ride. Amazing refurbishment. I could do single rider, but I'm not going to, mainly because I do not want to get anything but the back, because the back you don't get wet. Because of this new one, there's water effects that always hit you if you sit basically anywhere from the third to front row. So I don't want to risk getting wet tonight.
Remain in boat at all times unless otherwise directed by operators. Never reach outside of the
And they lift stop.
Okay, now sit back and enjoy your
Alright, so I got off of Jurassic World, and there's something very cool that's going on right now. I came here last week and found out that the Indominus Rex head was missing and gone. I know for a while, I know they wanted to build an Indominus Rex, the entire body, but they didn't get it done in time for the ride's opening. So the ride opened with just the head, but I guess they got the rest of it finished. And I called it. I said this month it's gonna go in. Like as soon as I saw that head disappear, I'm like, it's going in. They're putting in that body. So the full body is starting to go up. The endoskeleton is there. You can see it when you go down the drop. They have a cover over it on the front side, but if you look back going down the drop, you can see the endoskeleton for the entire body of the Indominus Rex. So it's going to have a different ending, and when it's finished in the next few weeks or so. Okay, time to go ride the Mummy. This thing is an airtime machine and nobody talks about it. You get ejector on the forwards half and then backwards floater. Like when you get backwards floater, like that's amazing. Alright, so I'm heading back up to the upper lot. I'm pretty much done. It looks like House of a Thousand Corpses, which I actually think is one of the best mazes here, and it never gets a line. Once again, does not have a line, so I'm gonna go do that on the way out. Because that one, it's actually a really, really good maze. I don't know why people don't do it. Maybe it's a bad location and people don't know it's there, but it's really good. And that will do it for Horror Nights tonight. To end out the night, see a little bit of Chucky making fun of people from up there.
Kinda like his style.